I'm back, and we are talking about the takeaway today. Segudo golfers, Tom Segudo here, PGA member and founder of Segudo Golf, and we're gonna perfect your takeaway in this episode, how you can perfect it inside during this socially distanced time, because welcome to the Socially Distanced Golf Academy, where you learn how to perfect your swing while you're socially cooped up in solitary confinement. Well, here we go. The takeaway is the Terminator of your golf swing. Either your takeaway is good and your swing works, or your takeaway doesn't work and your swing turns shot to crap. We just don't want that to happen. We're gonna talk about how you can make the best takeaway of your life right here at home, right now. So a good takeaway. Well, what is a takeaway? First of all, takeaway is the first part of the golf swing where the club gets about hip high. Right here. Boom. That's the takeaway. That's all it is. Can you believe that in 3 feet, your entire golf swing can be determined?
What? How?
All right, here's what a good takeaway looks like. Cue it. Okay, here we go. In a perfect takeaway, the club has to travel up the shaft plane in the backswing so that we can maintain this relationship with the ball. A good takeaway helps you turn that lead shoulder down, helps you turn the shoulders properly like we talked about yesterday in episode 1. We want to take the club back and get that start. So how do we keep this going like we talked about yesterday? Starts with a good takeaway. Here we go. So when I'm set up here, my whole goal is to take that club back and trace it up this shaft plane line. It all starts by having the shoulders, arms and hands working together. And how do we do that first? 1, connect the upper arms to your side. Nice glue, Gorilla Glue in there, no space, nobody's going anywhere. Then we take the club back with the hands, arms, and shoulders working together, and this is gonna pull the shoulder down. Whoop! Look at that, it's pulling the shoulder down. Whoa. And that is the beginning of a beautiful golf swing. It's all happening. You're seeing nice connection here to my side, not throwing it off, and nice connection here on my right arm side, still there. Great recipe for an excellent golf swing. That's all we need to do. You know what I find? People that keep this connection between their upper arms and their sides, they have the best takeaways. So what happens if you have that connection? Everything has to get pulled around. Not only that, if you don't do anything with your hands, the club face stays angled down toward the ground, and that means the club face is square. Don't let this angle fool you and think it's closed when you're in the takeaway. No, we're taking the club back square. We just haven't done anything with our hands. You know, if I roll my hands in the takeaway, it looks like this. So when I get to the takeaway, the club's like this. Open. So when you come back down, it's open, and then you've got to use your hands to get that thing squared up. Too much work. We don't want to do that. Remember, you're supposed to be a retired golfer. So here's my takeaway drill for perfecting the takeaway.
Strange things are afoot at the Circle K.
To get your perfect takeaway, here was what we do. Taking our hands, you're going to put them down at your side, just like in your posture. We're not even holding the club. And the whole goal is to keep your hands parallel to one another. I'll connect the upper arms to your side, and then keep your hands parallel. So no rolling, none of this, no side to side. We want everything working together, right? After all, you want to take the club back on the proper path and get the shoulders working perfectly. Here's the secret. You got your hands down here, parallel to each other, so we're high-fiving, beautiful. Now you're gonna take this relationship you got and just bring it to here, making sure your hands are parallel to each other. Bingo, all right? So that's all I'm doing. You're gonna feel this shoulder go down, this shoulder going higher, beautifully working under your chin. Wow. Your hips get pulled around just a little bit. Wow. Everything's staying in place, and I'm getting this nice start to my shoulder turn. The takeaway couldn't be simpler than doing that little drill. Seriously. hands are focused on being parallel and they're not rotating. When you take it back, you should see the club face and your hands parallel to each other. If they roll, then this will happen. You don't want that. If they don't, this is what you want. Shoulder going down, takeaway here. It just works so simple. Here's what you shouldn't do in the takeaway. If you disconnect the arms from the body, you're already doomed to fail. Here's what's gonna happen. A lot of times I'll see people roll the club right away and you see a nice space in here. That nice space isn't so nice. What happens is you can't turn anymore, the club gets lifted up, then you're stuck because your body's getting outraced by the arms, your arms and body aren't working together, we're in trouble. We're in some deep trouble.
Dude, are you sure we should be doing this?
And then that turns into a lot of times somebody doing this, chopping wood all day long, banging their head against the wall. We don't want to stop doing that. And then the other opposite end of trouble is taking the club too low and rolling the club behind you. So this is often with the really handsy player. You either roll your hands out in front of you like this, or you roll the hands behind you like this. Both have the same problem and about the same result. And the result doesn't work. So we just have to make sure that you don't roll the hands. And it might feel like you're turning your hands down, but you're just keeping your hands square. I'm not doing anything with them. Boom. Boom, like it's really nothing. Just taking it back that like there. This is as far as you need to go, no further, because I'm going to talk about this in this transition here in the next episode. I'm going to talk about that. That's a little different episode. Another problem I see in takeawayville, the club going too low too soon. You might have your hands working well together, like I haven't rolled them here, but you've taken the club too low too soon, meaning it's going under that line I told you, the shaft plane. It's going under the line it should come up on. So it's going too low. Your shoulder ends up getting turned a little level because of this. If you're one of those people, go back to focusing on turning the shoulder down, like so. Taking the club back straighter. Feels like you're going back straight, but you're not. You're actually taking the club around you still. It's just the shoulders going down, the appropriate amount. You're not taking it too low and too in, which leads to a lot of swing problems like the chopping wood again. We don't want to do that. It's really quite simple getting to that position. So if you just stick to the takeaway, a good benchmark for you when you're inside, we're taking the club, just connect these upper arms, and if you take it back, the club's going to work around your body the right amount. Like we don't have to think, go in a lot. We don't have to think, lift it up. If you connect, the club will naturally trace around the body perfectly in the takeaway to here. And that is a position that will make you an excellent ball striker because you're going to turn that shoulder down, you're going to get the right amount of rotation, your head's going to stay in place, you're not going to shift. Oh, ball striking nirvana right there. So, Segudo golfers, thanks for tuning in this evening, and I totally appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the series so far. Got another episode coming up tomorrow where we talk about the second half of the backswing and what to do at the top of backswing. What do I do? I've gotten the takeaway now, what do I do? Well, we're going to figure it out tomorrow. So stay tuned tomorrow, 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this is Tom Segudo signing off.